And now, here's a secret, ready? I want you to care more about your life than you do about what other people think of you. Okay? Stop thinking, who cares? You know why? Ready? Ready? Ordinary people, they're all worried what you think of them. Okay? They're all sitting here going, oh my gosh, I wonder what they think of me. Who cares? Care more about your life and your goal than you do about what other people think. That's the secret. When I wrote my book, it was a huge commitment for me, a big alarm clock goal. I got up every morning at 5:30 and wrote every morning because it was the only time I had. I was going to write for 2 hours. And then one morning, I had to get on a plane. And I couldn't write for that morning. I thought, okay, I'm going to type on the plane. But it was the days before United liked me very much, so I was in the way back. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, the person in front of me, they're going to leave their seat back and they're going to be on my lap. Oh my gosh, how am I going to write? Because I'm so focused and I had a deadline of what I was going to accomplish. So I got on the plane, caring more about my goal in my life, and I tapped the woman on the shoulder in front of me, and I said, I'll pay you $20 not to move your seat back. Who did I think I was? Oh my God. But I was so focused, I didn't care what she thought of me. I was never going to see her again. I was focused on my goal. And you know what she said? Oh, I never move my seat back. It's fine. Don't pay me. Oh, really cool, thanks. Next flight, I did the same thing because I was still in the back. I said, I'll pay you $20 not to move your seat back. No, it's fine. I was not going to move my seat back. Great, thanks. Typed away, got my goal accomplished. Didn't care what she thought of me. Hope I gave her a good story. Okay, stop caring what everyone else thinks. Quickly, write something down. What could you ask? Who could you ask? To move your goal forward, what could you ask? And when someone says no, say, what will it take? Or who do you know? How else can I drive forward? Write a question down. What will have you move your goal forward? A question. All right, strategy number 8. Strategy number 8. Be uncomfortable. Be uncomfortable. Guess who's really comfortable? The people in the ordinary group. They're really comfortable. When you're extraordinary, you've got to be uncomfortable. How many here have children? Raise your hand if you have children. Yep, see, you're already good at this one too. You are responsible for another human being's life, and you had no idea how you were going to do that. I actually think the first year birthday party had nothing to do with them. It actually has to do with the fact that you kept it alive for a year. It's like a celebration. We did it. I had no idea how. Talk about uncomfortable. You've already done it. Why? Because you were so committed to having a family, you were going to do it anyway. You were going to be uncomfortable. You're going to make your life completely inconvenient with a human being. I love when people say, I have no time, I'm so busy. Oh my gosh, I'm so busy. And then all of a sudden they meet some guy and they have brunch on the beach. They have time. I don't know where they had time. I have no time. Then they're pregnant. Suddenly, the world shifts. They've got a kid. It's fine. We make the time. We be uncomfortable when we're committed to things. Now, when I first wanted to speak, you're going to love this. When I first started speaking, I'm a corporate attorney, so I write contracts. You know what's important in contracts? Words. Every single word, including the commas. So I would stand there and I would write my entire speech out, word for word. It was so beautiful, but guess what? No one cared. So I would stand there behind the podium just like this, and I would read every single word of my speech, and I would look up once in a while and hope that you're all alive, and then I'd go back and read every single word.
So how was that working for you?
Yeah, that didn't work very well at all. All of a sudden I realized if I wanted to be the speaker I wanted to be, I had to notice what other people were doing, and the good speakers were not standing there reading every single word like this. So I thought, oh, I gotta move out from behind the podium. So, one time I did this. I thought, oh, talk about uncomfortable. So, my speech is there, knew what I was gonna say, big points, but I'm gonna move out. Okay, I was being videotaped too. All of a sudden, I went out from behind the podium, but I put 2 fingers right there. Problem is I never let go. So there I was, my 2 fingers on the videotaped. And I was all passionate over here, and then I was passionate over here, and then I was really passionate over here. And I never let go. Oh, and I just moved over here really as far as I could go, and then I moved over here, and then I was back over here again, and I never realized that I had my fingers right there. It just happened. I was like, oh my gosh, it was like my safety blanket, and the whole thing got videotaped. And yes, I looked pretty foolish. But you know what? No one ever came up afterwards and said, wow, great speech, but you look like a moron. No one said that. They came up and said, wow, thanks, that was really great. I didn't melt. So the next time, I said, ooh, I'll let go. Okay? That's being uncomfortable. Put yourself in situations that you go, I can't imagine I'm going to die if I do that. Because guess what? You're not going to die. Raise your hand in big audiences and ask a question. Ask someone out. Go singing, karaoke, dance, do something. Be uncomfortable. Stop sitting on the couch. Take your finger off the pause button of your life, all right? Really. Be uncomfortable. Asking is really uncomfortable. But it gets you closer to where you want to be. Be uncomfortable. Quickly, write something down. What could you do that's uncomfortable that would move you closer to your goal? Write one thing down. What could you do? It would be totally uncomfortable. All right, last strategy. Are you ready? Last strategy. Keep moving. Keep moving. There's a law in physics that says it takes more energy to get something started than it does to keep it going. We just gotta take the first step. We gotta do something. There's this great commercial by RBS Bank where all these people are in a tram overlooking a ravine. Wow, this is so beautiful. This is so gorgeous. Oh, wow, this is great. All of a sudden, the tram stops over this ravine and they're stuck. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? One guy steps into the middle and he says, I actually took a class on the power of positive thinking. I think we can get this tram to move. Everybody start chanting. We're gonna get the tram to move. Get the tram to move. Start thinking positively. Let's attract the tram to move. We're gonna attract it. All right, let's go. Chant, chant. Yes, here we go. And then there's another guy standing on the side of the tram looking at this kumbaya going on. He looks down. He sees a box on the side of the tram with a green button in it, and it says, to restart tram, press here. He presses the green button, the tram starts, everyone looks at the power of positive thinking guy and says, oh, it worked! Oh my God, that's great! Power of positive thinking is great, it's fabulous, it's wonderful, being a positive mindset, it's fabulous, gratitude is great too. Action, guys, that's where it is, okay? Everything on paper is only good on paper. You've got to do something. Do something. And I'm going to finish by telling you a quick story. One of my favorite stories, Cliff Young. Cliff Young. He was a sheep farmer, 61 years old, toothless, Melbourne, Australia. No money, no tractors. He ran to herd his sheep. Even in the storms, he'd run through the night. And then one day, Cliff decided he wanted a little adventure, something different in his life. And so he signed up for the ultra marathon. The ultra marathon, 875-kilometer run from Melbourne to Sydney, Australia. Takes about 5 days. No one told Cliff he couldn't do this. No one gave him a look like, huh? What? No. He said, I'm going to do this. This is great. He acted as if he's got up to the starting line in his galoshes over his work boots, his overalls. All of the athletic greats that were backed by Nike and Adidas looked at him as if he was a publicity stunt. What is he doing? The gun goes off, he starts running, they leave him in the dust, and Cliff starts running. Now, you can't really run in galoshes and work boots, so he sort of shuffled. He shuffled. And now, the way the run works is you run for 18 hours and you sleep for 6. That's how the run works, because that's what ordinary people do. You think you run, you sleep. Not Cliff. Someone forgot to tell Cliff that you stop running and sleep, so Cliff kept running. And he ran all the way through the night, just like he was herding sheep. That's what he did. Cliff won the whole thing by 9 hours before the next runner. Because he kept going and going and going. And you know what else? There's a $10,000 prize at the end. He didn't realize it. He said, no. You know what, I don't deserve this, the others do. Split it among the next 5 people that came in. He didn't even take the money. And you know what's even better than that? He changed the entire face of the ultramarathon. Now, today, they do something called the Young Shuffle, because it exerts less energy, they decided. And nobody sleeps anymore. They do the Cliff Young leg. This man kept running ultramarathons and other marathons until he died at the age of 83. Do you think he had an extraordinary life at the end? Uh-huh. That's what you can have. Stop listening to naysayers. Start setting beat the alarm clock goals. Really get out there. Pause for the applause. Listen to it. Take it. Do something. Ask for things. Be uncomfortable. Do something. Just don't join the group of ordinary, mediocre people. Join the group of extraordinary, magnificent, moxie people. Thank you very much. Really fast, if you could fill out the yellow sheet, I would love your feedback. If you want anything more from me, please, I would love to hear from you, and I'll get you anything. Also, I have bookmarks here with the cheat sheets on the back, so I will pass that out as they are finishing up. And my book is up here. I never bring it, but I happen to have them in the car. If you'd like it, I have just a few copies, and they're normally $20, and I will sell them to you for $15, but I don't have credit cards, so cash or check is all. I will pass these out. Thank you guys so much.
So, a little